Welcome back everybody to our Intermediate to Advanced Civil 3D series. We're going to continue on with creating dynamic blocks, and we're going to look at the visibility options within a block itself. What this option gives you is the ability to have sort of a block within a block, having multiple different options that we can pick with a specific triangular grip. Where I found this extremely useful is mainly under scale bars, under borehole or monitoring well blocks. If I want to change the color, I can quickly do that on the fly. However, the main one I use it on, like I said, is my scale bar. I'm not going to show you the scale bar option because it gets way too detailed and complicated with the various lengths and the various scales, and it's different. It's similar but different between Canada and the US, where we're in metric and imperial. To demonstrate the visibility lookup, I'm going to click my little drop down arrow here. And inside of my scale bar, I have everything from a 1 to 10 scale to a 1 to 300,000 scale built into the scale bar itself. So essentially, I've got about 25 to 30 different blocks within this block. And any option I select changes the piece of text in the top right and the piece of text down below. So I've selected 1 to 4,000, add an 11 by 17 drawing. I've got scale bars for 8.5 by 11 and D size paper, 22 by 34. And I can select whatever options I want. Now I place this scale bar in paper space, so whatever scale I choose to set my scale bar to, I know it's always correct. I also don't have to rely on the built-in ones within Civil 3D, as I tend to see that those do happen to cause problems and general issues for the user. So any one of these I choose, we see that the spacing of the hatch changes, the spacing of the lines changes, the text changes. Essentially a one-size-fits-all block here. We're not going to do a scale bar in the visibility parameters. We're going to do a simple borehole that we can choose blue, green, or red and work from there. So again, I'm just starting off with pieces of lines, arcs and lines, and I'm going to make that a block. I'm going to name this borehole. I'm as well going to pick a center point, and my objects I'm going to specify. This one I will make annotative because I tend to put my borehole blocks in model space, and we want it to adjust to our paper size. It just gives us the ability to add additional options. I'm going to hit OK. And I had to click redefine because I already had a borehole block in this drawing. However, we're now inside the block editor. Again, we're going to look under the parameters tab, and we want a visibility parameter. I'm going to place that in the top right of my borehole. And for some reason, it defaults me to the rivers tab, but I want to go into the block editor tab, where usually this button here, this section is grayed out. So if I delete this, this is what we're given. I can place the visibility back in, top right, top left, put it really wherever you want. My visibility states now pops up. However, I am going to copy what is here. I'm just going to copy it the center base point, 0, 0, so I can paste it back in. I'm going to also change these to print color 10. So this visibility state, the default visibility state, I'm going to have print color 10, or it'll print red in my template. We can choose visibility states here. However, we want to access it with this button right here. It'll open up our visibility states window, and I'm going to rename this red borehole. I want to create a new visibility state. We're going to call this one blue borehole. And I want to hide all existing objects in the new state because I want to create an entirely new set of objects. I'll hit OK. And that's set current. If we hit OK, our screen, the borehole disappears. So I am now going to paste this back in to 0, 0, 0, and I'm going to make these color, we'll do 170. If I click the drop down arrow here now, I can switch between red borehole and blue borehole. Let's create a couple more visibility states. We'll name one green borehole. And again, hide all objects. We'll make a new one, purple. And finally, we'll do a pink. So you can have any number of visibility states. As you saw by my north arrow, I've got about 30 in there. A lot of different options, a lot of different things you can do. So again, I'm going to come in here and paste that back in. And I believe this was set for the green color. My color 90 prints green. Or sorry, I was on pink. So we'll actually go back and make that pink. We're going to choose purple, paste that in. Select the objects and we'll choose a purple color. And then lastly, we'll choose the green. Paste it back in. Now the reason I hide the existing objects is because we don't want the red borehole to show in the green section. So I hide the objects and create a completely brand new definition here. I forget what the last color was. Green borehole. So we will select color 90, which I already thought I did this one. So we can now cycle through the 5 visibility states. We have red, this should print color red, this should print blue, green, purple, and pink. Now if we click close, we'll save the changes. It defaults to the red borehole. If I click the drop down arrow now, I have access to add in my blue, I can change it to green, purple, and it's going to keep this visibility state. If we look at properties as well, we can change these en masse. So I can select 5 or 6 different boreholes. So say we had 5 or 6 in this drawing. I could come in here and I could change all of those to the specific colors that I need. I could change just a couple of them. So say I wanted these ones to be red, this one to be purple, and I could set up my blocks as a visibility state to do this. Again, like I said, the place that I do use it most often is on a scale bar. I just find it easier to go and select the scale you want instead of using the automatic scales within Civil 3D or using the drawing a new scale bar every single time. So again, I'm just going to show you the visibility states in here, 1 to 300,000, and if I hover through them, it updates on the screen. You can see that I have a whole bunch of different options. Essentially, I have a whole bunch of different blocks built into this one specific block. So that was a quick look at the visibility dynamic block options within Civil 3D.